Alex, the budgeting flight attendant. It's been a minute and there's a solid reason why I am pregnant, as you can tell from the title of this video. I found out I was pregnant 3 days after I got engaged. So my mind went straight from wedding to baby. So I have had a lot to process, had a lot to figure out in regards to budgeting and figuring out what my fiance and I are each going to cover and how this is all going to work out. I needed that little break, I did. Today is going to be a video basically taking you guys along and helping me figure out my life and getting my stuff together. And if you're new here, I normally do cash envelope stuffing budgeting videos, and I haven't done that for a month because I've just been way over my head with all of this. So there has been no progress in my 10K challenge. There has been no progress in my sinking funds. However, I also didn't really take anything out, I don't think, but I will cover that all in the next video. I haven't really touched that binder, so. We're gonna go over in today's video how I'm gonna budget for baby, what is going on with flight school, and also what's going on with the wedding. So we're gonna start with bullet point number 1. So let's start with baby. To me, this is the most important part of the budget right now because obviously I'm gonna have to take care of, there's a human coming into the world and I am responsible for that human. So I think that it is extra huge that I figure out my budget with the baby. So I am, as of Sunday, I am 12 weeks and my due date is April 15th. So for reference, that is kind of where I'm at, right? And here, I'm gonna make this look more like a 1. I feel like that just is a weird line. So I think that one of my biggest costs is going to be labor and delivery, of course. So I looked up the average cost that it takes to give birth in my home state, and it says that if you have insurance, on average, as long as nothing else goes wrong, labor and delivery will cost around $3,000. So to be honest, I'm pretty healthy, and I know that anything can happen to anyone, but I do want to start with just that $3,000 goal. So that is my goal for, I'm gonna put that in the medical envelope. Can you see that? I'm worried it might be a little small, but it looks like it might be okay. So I'm gonna highlight my goals actually in a different color. I'm gonna use orange. So $3,000 for medical, giving birth, labor and delivery. And I'm very lucky because I do know the gender. I did the early blood test. I don't think I'm gonna share that quite yet, but my cousin recently had 3 babies of the same gender, and so she's passing off a lot of things to me and my fiance, and I don't believe they're having any more children. So they're giving us things such as like a crib and things like that. So we're very lucky on that front. So I honestly feel like we'll be okay when it comes to clothes, shoes, bottles, crib. I'm not having twins. And so for that, I'm not gonna budget too much because we're also gonna have a baby shower, probably one on each coast. So I think that as far as, you know, everything that we're gonna need for baby, I think we'll be set, but I will still probably budget for baby miscellaneous expenses, maybe like, I don't know, like maybe like $500 because I mean, obviously my fiance is going to help with things as well. The only reason why I'm really focusing on these amounts right here are because he is pulling his weight with the home. So he is putting money into giving us more space there, building a shed, creating more storage, things like that. He needs money for like the supplies and you know, things like that. So he's gonna be building a shed, making more space for us. Of course, if I need help, then he's gonna help with this. And he's of course going to help with the baby as well. He's not as much of a budgeter as I am. I am trying to get him on board and he seems interested. He's not interested in the cash envelope method though, which is fine. I'm just more trying to get him on board with saving for categories because he needs to save in advance for several things. And I'm trying to get him on board with that and teach him a little bit about that. But anyway, that aside, one more point is I'm going to be out on maternity leave for work, and I'm honestly not even working as much as I normally do. So when I deliver, I get 8 weeks of maternity leave, and then I get 6 months of baby bonding leave, and that is unpaid. So I want to be able to save up about 6 months of expenses. And as of right now, I'm not sure what that's going to be looking like because I'm thinking about selling my car, which means I won't have an insurance bill, won't have a car payment anymore. If that's the case by then that won't be included in the 6 months of expenses, if that makes sense. So I don't really have a number for this. We're still 6 months away from me giving birth, so I don't really know what the number for that is going to be yet, but that is something that I'm thinking about. So I'm going to put a little star next to that. And I also am going to circle this in orange and call it good. So for the baby right now in the immediate future, that's kind of what I'm thinking about. So let's just round up and call a good number 4,000 for now that I need to save by the due date. So by April 15th. And you guys, this is just goals. Like I said, I don't know if this is gonna be super achievable with everything that I'm about to present to you, but this is what I'm gonna try to do. This is like dream budget right here, right? Okay, so category number 2 that I am focusing on right now, and this one is a little bit more immediate. I know that the baby is super important, but I'm still going to flight school, you guys. And I do have a start date for that, and the start date is October 23rd. And the total cost for this, as they list on their website, for the private pilot license portion of their school, which is what I am going to be doing, is the total for that is going to be $13,000 according to their website, and according to our orientation, and according to previous students that I have actually spoken to. They say that as long as you're consistent, it sticks around 13 grand. And so far, what I have spent is $600. So that leaves me with $12,400. And as you guys know, that 10K challenge is going towards flight school. And I also have a pilot envelope, which is going towards that as well. So 10K challenge. I have saved up, if I remember correctly, about $1,700, which means that what I have left of that to save is $8,300. So if I stay consistent with the 10K challenge, then in my pilot envelope, subtracting this amount from this amount, I will need about $4,100. And what's great about flight school is it is a pay-as-you-go school. So I do not have to have 13 grand by October 23rd. So I could still work and put money basically into my account with them and catch up. And if for some reason it's getting ahead of me, they do have a loan option, but I think as long as I stay consistent with this, I will be okay with not getting a loan. That, or it's gonna be really small, like maybe a few grand. Basically, what I need to save up more of is these two numbers right here, which equate to this. You know what? I think I actually did that wrong. I don't think I need to put 4,100 in the pilot envelope because I already have 1,700 saved. So I only need 2,400 in that envelope. Yay, I love that for me. So these two numbers are what I need to save up, which means that the total that I need to save up is 10,700. And my goal with that is to get that done by the end of my school. And it should take, I asked them, it should take around 4 or 5 months, which, yes, that is going to take me pretty dang close to my due date. But you know what? I gotta do what I gotta do. I feel like if I don't get the private license out of the way, I'm probably never gonna start once I have the baby, you know? Like, I gotta get it started. So yeah, that's what my goal is for that. And then let's see, what color do I want to use for, I guess red. And then lastly, I have to think about the wedding. To be honest, this is hardly on my radar. I do not care about this right now. I do really want to marry my fiance. I love him to death and I'm so excited to marry him, but it's just been put on the back burner for these. So that's kind of what's going on with the wedding. Right now I'm not saving, so I'm going to put that here. But you guys, medical bills are already insane. Like, I had to, because I hadn't met my deductible, I have to pay like 200 and something for an ultrasound that I had at 9 weeks. And then I just went to the hospital because I was having some alarming circulation issues on the plane. And my OB just wanted me to go to the ER because they could do the correct ultrasound to make sure I don't have any blood clotting in my legs. So that's what I did. I went to the ER as well, and that was today, and they already told me my cost, because I hadn't met my deductible yet, is $806. So right now I have over $1,000 in medical bills. So that's another thing that I need to save up for. And you know what? I'm honestly, let's put that in green. I'm gonna add that as a category. You guys, is this still in frame? Number 4, medical bills. Yeah, they're like somewhere around 1,050 right now. And I don't think I have that in my medical envelope. So yeah, so that being said, I'm really excited to get back to budgeting and cash envelope stuffing. However, I'm also nervous about it because my paychecks are going to be a lot lower. I've been calling out of sick a lot more because of the circulation on the plane, because of my fatigue, because first trimester has been kicking my booty, and I just have wanted to stay home. And yeah, so my paychecks are going to be really low, but I'm still gonna have to figure all of this out. And I think it is super important for me to make sure that I am taking you guys on the ride with me, because my YouTube channel holds me accountable in a sense. Even though I don't get judgment from you guys, you are super supportive, but it still holds me accountable to stick with my budget. Otherwise, things will not make sense to my subscribers when they watch me week after week, right? So anyway, all that being said, I super appreciate your guys' patience. Oh, and if you are a mom, please put in the comment section what was a big baby expense that you didn't expect was going to be a big baby expense. I need to be prepared, so that would be greatly appreciated. And I hope you guys are having a great week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.